and welcome back to another video if you're returning, and if you are new here, welcome. My name is Cheyenne. I am the face behind and founder of Soulful Soothe, which is a place where women can soothe the soul. So as the title suggests, we will be continuing the Astrology 101 series, where I break down all of the complexities of astrology into very basic bite-sized pieces so that you can sound as smart as you actually are, because I promise you, yes, astrology is very complex and complicated, but it don't gotta be. So I'm here to give you just a very basic base level so that you can go and expand your knowledge from here. Today we will be talking about the moon, which is my all-time favorite astral body. No surprise there with all the damn water in my chart, but let's get into it. So within our solar system, a lot of the planets, just like the zodiacs, have polarities or pairings. We talked about the sun being masculine, being very egocentric, being about the self, being very out in the open and with the public. Think Leo energy. Now we're talking about the moon. We're tapping into the feminine bag, meaning we're tapping into more of the emotional centers. The moon is considered to be a feminine planet or a feminine luminary, feminine light source in our solar system. Again, when we use the terms feminine versus masculine, we're not talking about gender identity or gender expression. We're talking about the essence of life on this planet. Feminine energy being receptive, masculine energy being giving, assertive, combative. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that doesn't ruffle feathers. Zodiac wise, the moon is associated with the element of water. However, it is not for all of it doesn't rule all of the water signs. It specifically is the planetary ruler of Cancer energy. So that's another reason why we specifically look at Cancer energy as the mother of the zodiac, because we often look at the moon as a feminine aspect. Now, I know that in some certain cultures, it's actually reversed. It's where the sun is considered to be feminine and the moon is considered to be masculine. But for the purposes of Western astrology and this Western conversation, we're going to look at the sun as the more masculine and the moon as the more feminine luminary. Another aspect of the moon is that since it is a luminary and not a planet, it has a very You stretching? You got the stretches? You got the stretches? You got the stretches? What you want? Another thing to note about the moon, as I've said before in this series, is that it moves pretty quickly. It's often associated with women because our cycles, our periods, our menstrual flow, our menstrual cycle is very similar to the schedule of the moon. It takes the moon anywhere from 28 to 31 days to do a full rotation around the sun. I know that some people are not as regular as others. Me personally, I'm very blessed to have a very regular menstrual cycle. I can pretty much pinpoint down to the hour when I'm going to start my flow. But I know that there are others of us who are not as lucky, and sometimes the period can just pop up at any moment. But that's one of the reasons why we associate the moon with being more feminine, being more receptive, and being more in flow. Because it is associated with water, and because it controls the tides of bodies of water on our planet, that's another reason why we associate it with emotions and the emotional landscape. So if you're looking to manifest something, how you would do that with the moon, in addition to everything that I've said in the Manifesting with Planets video, I'm going to put a card up here. Another way that you can work with the moon specifically is work with the phases of the moon. So I've done another video already talking about the moon phases and correlating it to the women's menstrual cycle. So I'll drop that link in the description because I don't think I can put 2 cards in one video. But basically, there are 8 phases of the moon. There are 4 very prominent phases. I wouldn't personally recommend you working with all 8 phases just because some of the phases aren't as potent, but the most potent ones being first quarter moon, or new moon, first quarter moon, full moon, last quarter moon. There are phases in between those 4 that I mentioned, but like I said, those are, I don't want to say they're less important, but they're not as potent. So that's all that I have for you today with moon associations. If you have any questions about the moon, working with the moon, talking to the moon, any questions at all, feel free to drop those in the comments. As per usual with these videos, my primary source is The Only Astrology Book You'll Ever Need by Joanna Martine Woolfolk. A link to purchase that book will be in the description box. It is my associate link in full transparency, so if you do purchase from that link, I do get a little bit of a kickback. It is a way that you can support my work and support this channel, and of course, I am so appreciative if you choose to do so. If you would like to book a personal reading with me or shop my shop, I do have a metaphysical shop. I sell on Etsy now. If you would like to do any of those or either of those things, the links to do that are also in the description. Until the next video, I love you so much. Ciao.